All right, good morning. I'll give you the injuries here. Really only three guys to talk about. So CB hurt his toe yesterday in practice, so he will not practice today. Don't know at this point his status for the game. Tyrell Bernard limited today and questionable for the game, and then Joshua Palmer limited today and questionable for the game. Everybody else is full at this point. So with that, I'll take your questions.
What exactly happened to CB? Was it like just on the play? Like what?
Just practice, kind of a normal practice play, and just tweaked his toe.
Is it still like potentially like a long-term issue?
I don't feel like it is. We're just 24 hours out from it, roughly, not even quite 24 hours. So still gathering some information. Still, I'm dialoguing with Nate, and he's updating me as we go here.
Is it to have another injury like this pop up in practice? It seems like it's been following you guys this year a little bit.
Yeah, just overall, I mean, things come up. You don't want them to come up, but it's football, and we practice basically once this week, and so it is what it is. It is frustrating, but at the same time, next man up, and we've been doing that all year. So confident that somebody will step up if that's what's needed here.
Stepping up, I mean, it probably plays Maxwell into a more extensive role. How do you feel like he's been trending toward that opportunity should it come up?
Yeah, it's time for him to continue to grow, and his development's important for our team for this year, but also beyond this year. And again, you go back to the beginning where he missed quite a bit of time, so we're still playing catch up a little bit, and but it's also important that he grows for us as well and learns along the way, and that's part of the growth process there.
I know this is a different matchup, but what did you want your secondary to really take away from that Cincinnati game? You're facing another good quarterback this week who has a lot of different weapons in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean it's never easy. These quarterbacks in this league, all of them are good. All of them are NFL quality. That's the obvious piece. Last week's quarterback and elite. This week's quarterback elite, and you learn when you go up against the best, and that's the important part, that you grow from it and you see what works and what doesn't work, and the amount of detail you have to have week to week.
The approach for most of the guys we talked in the locker room is just you got to take it game by game. It is another game Sunday, but also given the stakes of the fact that New England can take back the division if they come and win too, is there a balance that you want your guys to approach to have that edge, but also kind of keeping the main thing and approaching it like they would any other game? Is there a balance to that?
Yeah. Yes, and we try and keep the big picture in perspective, and at the end of the day, we have to play up to a certain level for us to win any week. But for sure this week, to your point there, it's a really good football team. They won 10 in a row. They're out in front of many teams in the AFC, us included, and what's happened in the past and winning divisions over the last 5 years, that it doesn't impact this game or this year at all. It's what we do this year, and so our players have done a really good job of working through the adversity of the season and showing their toughness over the last few weeks in particular. So that's really where our focus is, on having a healthy amount of respect for our opponent this week, and also making sure we're in the right place for our own team, and making sure our level of play is the most important thing that we can handle.
Guys see Tyrell Shavers doing some of the dirty work. What does that do for the rest of the team?
Yeah, again, toughness is a big part of being a good football team, and a player that's no job too small, no job too big. Very genuine in his competitive nature and his appreciation and love for his teammates, his selfless attitude and approach. So I think it's a great example for a lot of guys who may not think that, I don't know where this is going. You got to stick with it. You got to be persistent and resilient all the way through the journey.
What will it mean for that defensive front to get Joey back this week?
Yeah, it'll be adding Joey back, right? Who has been a good player for us this year, and him being a little bit fresher than where he was when he had to take the week away from us, and but again, it takes all four It's never about one player, but it is good to have Joey back. But we got to make sure at the same time that we're starting with that line of scrimmage, and then our rush and coverage are working together, and those 4 guys up front can affect the passer. All right, thank you guys.